Okay then, so I blame Joe Whitaker for this. Joe, this is all your fault, watching your As the Glue Dries. You're talking about some offers that Rutlands had. I went and had a look and I found this. This is a 2-stage air filtration system. Basically, it's one of those boxes you hang from the ceiling that cleans the air. Anyone watching this channel for any length of time will know predominantly routing on this channel, but obviously making in general as well thrown in for fun, my sanity, and something a little bit different. Whilst I was there, this spray gun kind of fell in the shopping basket as well. Don't know how that happened, but yeah, Joe reckoned that the slightly bigger version of this was awesome, so I thought I don't need a bigger version, I haven't got the space anyway. I get the little one, so that's something for another time. But what I'm really interested in is this. Routing creates a lot of dust, as anyone that's used a router would know. I do a lot of work with MDF, and although I have M-class extractors and MDF suitable stuff, there is still dust in the air, particularly when you're doing edge work. No vacuum is powerful enough to basically stop that dust from just flying outside because it's going at such a rate of knots. So I wanted something to make generally the workshop a bit cleaner, hopefully, because I do find that you end up with layers of fine dust on things. So let's have a look inside here and see what they've got. I'm not going to review it because it's literally just arrived this morning, but you will see it being used most likely, unless I think it's crap, in which case it's going back, and hopefully I'll save you some money as well. So let's get a knife. Okay, it's pretty light on the packaging. I'm not a massive fan of polystyrene packaging anymore, because you get the little bits of white polystyrene everywhere. Where were we? Right, yeah, I don't really like the polystyrene. It's kind of outdated, and the static is really annoying. There's much better, I think, but you get what you pay for. This is actually plastic. Oh, plastic. That's why it's so much cheaper. See, look at that. Flexi Wexy. That's really cheap. Right, what's got in front here? See, I'm really concerned actually with plastic, because this has got to go up in the ceiling up here. There's a lot of glass in here. How long is plastic going to last with the sunlight? What have we got? About 2 meters of cable. Again, if it's going up on the ceiling, that's not a very long flex. And yes, I can rewire any flex in there, I guess, but to be honest, well, I don't know. Get what you pay for, I guess. Right, what's on the front here? It's 3-speed, low, medium, high, and it's got a run-on time, hour, 2 hour, 4 hour. Little push buttons, little clicky push buttons. Change the fuse, which is good. Let's have a look at the. This, I suspect, is the batteries, remote, and this is the hanging kit. So what have we got? We've got some wood eyelets and chains, and then some hooks and threads, which obviously go into these 4. Obviously designed with a sort of wooden shed in mind, because these hooks, which presumably go on the other end of these chains, got wood threads in them, which is no good to me because I'm actually going to is aluminium, so we'll have to work something out with that. Can't get over this plastic case. Now, originally, I've been wanting one of these probably for 3+ years, maybe 4 years now, and I always thought I could just make one. But when you look at, because basically all it is a box with a motor and a fan that sucks in air through 2 filters, housed in a box hung from the ceiling, which is fairly straightforward, kind of simple device. Once you factor in, you've got to make the box. Yes, I can make it out of scrap, which is effectively free. I've got to get the filters, which obviously will need replacing over time, and then the motor and the electrics. I probably could make it for a bit cheaper, or certainly for the cost, but it's, you know, then the time of making it. And this was about 100 and, can't even remember what it was now, 120 quid I think, 125 quid, something like that. So fair enough, but the fact that it's got the run on and all the rest of it, it just wasn't worth the for the price, the run on. I just didn't think it was worth spending that time. Right, I suspect that once I get this case off, these nuts will go on the bottom of those to give it some more security. Chains. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plug it in. No, I'm not. Let's have a look at the book, make sure they're there. Sometimes people hide, when you buy a Hoover or an extractor, sometimes there's things hidden inside it. Electrical safety rules. Know your system. Carrying handle. Control panel, receiver. Fuse, power cord. Filter lock clip. That's round the back here. Filter, next filter, and then there's, the hell is that? That's interesting. Look at that. Can you see that? That looks like a peanut shell. The hell is that in there? You see that? That's weird. A metal mesh in there. Now I can get to the bottom of these hooks. Back in there. F like that. I suspect I'm going to end up making a wooden case for this. Genuinely not overly impressed, but you know, not disappointed either. So let's be sort of practical about that. I'm not overwhelmed, not particularly underwhelmed. Oh, I'm just whelmed with this. Right. It's saying put the nuts on the top, not on the inside. I think I'd be more comfortable if they were on the inside. I'm going to thread lock these. I don't want this falling on the floor really. That'd be a bad day at the office. Make sure the unit is situated at least 7 feet above the corner. No, sorry, 7 feet away from the corner. 7 feet above the floor, at least 3 feet away from the corner, and from any heating or air vents. So the whole place is basically heated. don't know if I've got 2.1. Yeah, I've got 2.1 meters above. That's 8 foot. Yeah, I think we'll get away with that. One thing that did surprise me when I opened the bar, when I took the parcel off the postman actually, was how light it is. It said something like 14 kilos on the website. But I think if I make a wooden box out of this, it is already very light. So I took it off the postman. It's much lighter, I think, than the 14 kilos that it said. So that I am really chuffed about. Do not mount the air filter to non-structural surfaces such as drywall or false ceiling grids. Don't do that. Plug in the power cord directly to the power source. It tells you it's got to be 7 feet above ground, a metre from the wall. So where's your plug? You've got to have a plug socket within 2 metres of the box, which means it's either directly below or a metre from the ceiling on the wall. You thought they'd have given you a longer flex. I would have thought it would have been a longer flex. What's an extra 2 metres of what? 1.5 mil 3-core flex. It's like £1. So you charge £2 extra for the machine and make a profit, but make it usable. I haven't got to then get an extension lead. But there, if I was going to make one of these from scratch in the first place, but I can be bothered with the time, I'm sure I can redo a bit of flex. I'd like to think I can anyway. Right. Ding, 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 ding. Operation can be used directly from the panel or with the remote control. I think what I'm going to do is bit of Velcro, have that live next to it because it's only going to be up there. I think we'll be good on that one. Right, let's plug it in. Right. Just 1 second, because you can't see that. That doesn't mean anything, does it? Hopefully, this might not even work. Oh, look at that! Yeah. This might actually have a slight cooling effect in here as well, potentially, because the air does get really warm. So if I have the window open and the door open, it might help circulate the warm air and hopefully encourage cold air in as well, maybe. We'll see about that. Right, so what is... That doesn't do anything. So perhaps the timer function. Okay. Right, on low time. Right. So just hit the time button, so hopefully now this will just sit on for an hour. Kind of can feel that. And then time 2 hours, time 4 hours. Just on all the time, I guess. So it cycles through 1, 2, 4 and constant by, well, I'm guessing constant with no light on. And the speed, low, medium, high, and then off is off. So if I do time, right, time nothing's just turn it on and do that. Right, cool. Okay, leave that on there. Now we've got to jiggle around and get this bad boy up in the roof. Could be interesting. Jiggle a few things around. I'm going to have a drink first. Sort things out. I can't believe that's plastic though. Let me know down in the comments, would you be disappointed if it was plastic? Or am I just being overly critical here? I don't know. Genuinely interested. As long as it works, that's the main thing, I guess.